Hi, it's Wyndham. I'm going to start with a controversial one today. I think you are not quitting enough. Across almost every area of your life, you should be quitting. You should be looking to embrace the moniker, I am a quitter. It's a weird one though, right? Because that does not sit well. We're constantly surrounded by this idea that quitters never win and winners never quit. Now let's, for a moment, just put aside the lack of definition around winner or win. It's super vague. And let's look at the concept of quitting. You know, any of the videos or articles or memes, God knows what else, that talk about success, again, let's just park the fact that that is an undefined term wherever we see it, and that actually the definition of success is entirely personal to you. And if you haven't gone through the process of defining what success looks like for you, how are you ever going to know it when you see it? More importantly, how are you ever going to be in a position where you can course correct, where you can take an audit of your life and say, actually, you know what? That definition of success that I came up with, this stuff is not helping. I should quit this stuff. But that quitting is drilled into us from a really young age that perseverance is the most important thing. And I've seen lots of comments around this idea that people get really annoyed when they keep trying, keep persisting, are committed, persevere, show grit and determination. And still, what they want doesn't come to fruition. And this is the really important point for me. Perseverance is essential. Just is, right? There will be... Let's assume you have defined what it is that success looks like for you. Let's assume you've gone through that process. Although I'm willing to bet this house fewer than 1% of you have. I'm not willing to bet this house, by the way. That would be a gross betrayal of my relationship with my wife. But you get my point. Let's assume you have defined that. Without perseverance, you will not succeed. It's a frustrating truism of life. There will be challenges that require you to push through, to show determination, to show belief in yourself, in the face of what looks like incontrovertible proof that you will not succeed. You will need perseverance and determination. The problem comes when we persevere at everything that we're doing. Because if I look back to when I was younger, well, what did I want when I was younger? Well, I wanted money. I thought I wanted money. I thought I wanted status. I definitely wanted acceptance. I was looking at all the groups I was part of. I was trying to figure out the inclusion criteria, the behaviours and external demonstration of myself that would be acceptable and allow me to remain part of that group. That's what I was looking for. And so if I persevered at what my 25-year-old self wanted, I'd still be miserable. Because I did persevere at all of those things for about 20 years. And they did not make me happy. So when do we quit? When should we quit? 20 years of misery, of unhappiness? I should have quit way sooner. But I didn't have the confidence, the realization of what was going on in my life as a human being, the fundamental cognitive challenges that we face. Sunk cost fallacy. You know, the preference of omission over commission when it comes to decision making. What else is there? The endowment bias. This idea that we value the things we have more highly than the exact same thing if it wasn't in our possession. So we let go of things more slowly. We are reluctant to let things fall by the wayside. There are so many of these cognitive biases and challenges and traps going on in our heads that quitting anyway is really hard. And then we have this societal projection that says quitters never win, winners never quit. And you will see all these ex-military people, current military people, talking about that. And I don't have any issue with the military or that kind of mentality. The reality is very few of us are in the military. And very few of us, certainly if you're watching this video, are rarely, if ever, in a life and death situation. Now, perseverance in those instances makes perfect sense. But persevering at the things in our life that are contributing to our lack of happiness, that are contributing to our lack of fulfillment, that are preventing us from finding meaning in our lives, is a waste of our lives. Finding ways to quit those things is a requirement in finding time and space to define success, to define what winning is, and then to go in search of the mechanisms that we can persevere with that are going to create meaning, fulfillment, happiness. I read a book, I'm just back from holiday, and I read a book while I was on holiday. Quit, The Power of Knowing When to Walk Away by Annie Duke. This is such a powerful book. I recommend anybody who is struggling and feeling, but I can't stop. I have to keep going. What will people think of me? Read this book. It's full of loads of examples where people have been late to quit, have failed to quit, and it has cost them everything. And those people who have somehow found a way to quit at the right time and moved on and focused their perseverance, their grit, their determination on things that were actually going to create the life they really want to live. So have a look at your life. How many things in your life are failing to bring fulfillment, failing to have any meaning for you, actively contributing to your lack of happiness? Get this book, read it to understand what is actually happening, because that resistance to quitting is an entirely human thing. But when we can master the timing and selection of what we quit and when we quit it, so we can refocus, we can course correct and spend time, our energy, our resources, our money, our time, all sorts of things. We can pour those things into the mechanisms that are going to help us realize and create the life we really want to live. I leave you with that. I wish you a joyful and peaceful few days, and I will speak to you soon.